Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And in this series we're going to be talking about my 5 rulers of sex and astrology, okay? The 5 zodiac signs I came up with, my list that I believe rule sex. And the reason why I came up with this topic is because one of my friends was actually complaining on social media about how she's tired of Scorpio having the reputation of ruling sex when she feels like Taurus are really good too. And I had to let her know, like, hey, you're absolutely correct. Taurus is definitely a ruler of sex. And there's actually, in my opinion, that I came up with 5, okay? And that's Aries, Taurus, Leo, Libra, and Scorpio, okay? Those 5, okay? Because sex has different perspectives, all right? And those are the main rulers. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about the 4th, okay? Which is Libra, all right? Libra, all right? And yes, Libra is definitely a ruler of sex, but Libra rules sex in the form of attraction. Libra is all about magnetic energy, how we attract sexual energy. And Libra is actually the opposite of Aries, and we explained Aries in the previous video. That Aries is all about initiating sex, and it's the opposite of Libra. So Libra is absolutely going to be the exact opposite vibration, which is attracting sexual energy, okay? So Libra is the attractor, the ultimate attractor of sexual energy. So yes, so with that being said, Libra is the ultimate attractor of sexual energy. So they're going to be explaining sexual energy in a very indirect, subliminal, romantic way. Okay, so we're talking about sensuality to the fullest, okay? We're talking about, you know, everything from the perfume you wear to, you know, your cleavage, you know, I'm just being honest, to the clothes you wear, to what you say to attract someone, all of that, okay? You're courting, the dating. Libra's all about foreplay. It's everything before the actual sex. It's all the sexual energy kind of erupting and boiling and boiling and boiling and boiling, okay? It's, in order to initiate it, you got to kind of boil it and getting simmering up. You have to create some form of attraction. So Libra represents that, and that's why they represent foreplay. They represent all the romantic, sensual stuff, the things you say, you know, dating. You know, we go out and we date before we do anything physical and get deep into that. So Libra is going to be the energy that kind of rules everything before, okay, sexual action or penetration, okay? So because of that, Libra rules romance, sensuality, dating. And when we talk about romance and dating and all that, sex is always involved. Even though it's not being taken directly, the action isn't being taken, it's always involved. When we talk about romance, when we talk about dating, we talk about our boyfriends, with girlfriends, you know, all of that type of stuff, eventually we will lead on into sex. And sex is always a topic associated with all of that, no matter how cute all the dating and romance stuff is, because again, that is the foreplay. That is what happens before everything, okay? So Libra is ruling the sensuality, the attraction, the magnetic energy that deals with sex. And Libra is that kind of very romantic, you have to court someone before you do anything, okay? And that's why Libra rules that. Because before, you know, you get serious, and we're going to talk about that in the next level, which is going to be Scorpio. Before you got serious, you got to make your contracts, okay? You got to make your deals, you know? So that's why Libra is kind of like the energy right before sex is being taken place, okay? because Libra rules that. It's the sensuality, it's the romance, and this is what makes sex actually more valuable, because we have our boundaries. You know, you have to do certain things to work for it, okay? There are ways that we attract it in a more romantic, respectful way. And we get all of that respectful energy and that kind of compromising energy, okay? Because like we said, in Aries, which is the opposite sign, it's all about yourself, your needs, your desires through sex. But with Libra is creating a contract. It's way more mental, okay? Libra is the mental perspective of sex, how we think of it mentally and how we balance the energy. So that's why we like to get courted, we like to talk, we like to see if we get along, okay? Because before we get into the next level, which is, like I said, we're going to get into Scorpio, which is when things are sealed, you want to make sure things are balanced first. That's why we always have a prep, and Libra rules this prep energy, okay? And when I say foreplay, I mean that in the most general sense of like before we initiate sexual energy, we need to attract it, okay? And do all the things that we do to stimulate that energy, okay? And to not just stimulate it, but to earn that energy. We take people out on dates, we do romantic things. We're more mental with it, okay? You imagine if sex was just ruled by Aries, Taurus, or just Leo, we wouldn't have these sexual contracts, okay? We wouldn't have courting. We wouldn't have dating. We wouldn't have this simple line of respect. You got to do something first for me before anything happens. We wouldn't have that without Libra. So Libra creates that sensuality, that respectfulness in sex, and that is very feminine perspective of sex, okay? Libra is a very feminine perspective of sex. You see all the other signs I named, they kind of deal with both masculine and femininity. But when we look at Aries and Libra, this is going to be the polar opposite. So Aries is going to deal with the complete masculine form of sexuality. Libra is going to deal with the complete feminine form of sexuality. And when we see with feminine energy likes dating, it likes romance, it likes courting, it likes conversation, it likes doing all those little cute stuff before getting intimate. Okay, and it's a sign of respect. It's a sign of value. This is how we put value into sex. This is why we have it. This is why people feel disrespected if you want to go quick and jump into sex. That respectability, that wanting, and that sensuality before sexuality is how we create value and respect in sex. So we're not so selfish with it, okay? Because if you think about Taurus and Aries and even Leo, those signs can be very selfish. If those were the only energies that ruled sex could be very selfish. People would just go out for self. Libra is what creates that compromise. Libra is what creates the courting, the dating. Libra is what creates the mental stimulation. Libra is what creates the conversation before physical, okay? Libra is that feminine energy. It's the dating, it's the courting, it's the respectability, okay? It's the, you need to do this first before you get that. It's what puts value into sex. You know, Libra rules the relationship first before sex, okay? Because we get into the real deep core and dirty of it in Scorpio, which comes after. That's the last one. But what happens before that is Libra. That's why Libra comes before Scorpio. That's it has to be cute. You got to create those contracts first. Everything has to be balanced. Or is everyone getting their fair side of the trade? Okay, you want someone's sexual body, their energy. What are you willing to offer? What is the value? This is Libra, okay? Libra rules this, the foreplay, the courting, the dating, all of the value. It puts the value in sex, okay? And this is how you get away from sex just being this kind of, greedy, selfish, energy, which it easily becomes a lot of times, as we see. So Libra puts the justice and the fairness in sexuality. Okay, you gotta take me out first. You gotta pay for this first. You gotta be committed to me first. We have to marry before we have sex first. All of that, marriage before sex, that is the Libra energy. That is the balance. That is the standard. That is the courting. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That is Libra energy, okay? This is the 4th ruler of sex, and this is a very important ruler because, again, this is where the respectability comes from. This is the balance, and this takes out the selfishness and puts in the sharing, okay, and the contracts. Because, again, after this, we're going to get into Scorpio, and that's when you get trapped into it. But hope you guys enjoyed that. That is Libra, okay? Our balance ruler and justice ruler of sex. And if you guys enjoyed this, please book a reading with me. Okay, I do natal chart readings. Okay, you just gotta email me and we can go forward with that. And also check out my music. Okay, I have here on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. I have all the links in the description box below, and I'll check you guys out on my next video.
Don't be texting me back. You don't be texting me back. Oh, you got me hitting your ways. You got me hitting all your ways. Oh, you got me acting this way. You make me feel some type of way. 'Cause even if I'm